What is up, gamers? It is Will777 JP back at it again with another one, and today we're going to be doing a Will It Play with No Internet, and this one is with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Now, this one was requested by a subscriber. Shout out to you, Maidon. I think that's how you say your name, bro. If I messed it up, my bad, I apologize. But he hit me up like, hey, have you done Avatar Frontiers of Pandora? And I was like, you know what? I have not done it. And the reason I haven't done it is because of this. Internet required to install game. Simple. So just based on that alone, you are here to believe that you need the internet in order to install this bad boy. But I was like, you know what, bro? I'm going to do it anyways to see what's on the actual disc. What did Ubisoft put on this damn disc, right? Because for Assassin's Creed Shadows, they actually had the whole game on the disc, but they put DRM on it, so we couldn't play it without being connected to the internet. And look, same thing told us back then, internet required to install game. So let's check it out and see if it's another instance of Ubisoft putting DRM on the disc or not. And also a little bit of backstory. So Ubisoft made a game back in the late 2000s, I believe 2007, 2006, 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. And it was called, I forgot the name, but it is this game where you start as like a cell or like a bug, and then you develop it all the way till you take over the world and you leave outer space. Damn, man, what is the name of that game? If I think about it, I'll bring it up here. But that game, was the most, I think it was the most pirated game of that year. And ever since then, Ubisoft has been going hard on DRM with their game. Now, I could be completely wrong. That could have been an urban legend or urban myth, but I remember reading something along those lines. Spore. There it is. Spore. So, and you know what? Spore may not even be their game, but it was one of their games. Either way. So, ever since then, they've been going hard on their DRM. And PC guys have known all about this for decades now, right? Us console guys, we are now starting to realize it, and it sucks, right? The reason we want the games on the disc is for ownership reasons and preservation reasons. But Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is getting a badass, well, it looks badass, update in December. It's either November, December, and they're going to be adding third-person mode to the game. So that's super excited. That's what I'm waiting for to play this game, or to complete playing this game, because I do have a few hours into it. The first person isn't, I don't mind first person, but for some reason with this game, like, I want to see it all, man. And I feel like third person is the best way, especially with how crazy your character looks. But either way, Avatar Frontier of Pandora, there's not much information back here except that it says 90 gigs minimum right there. And it doesn't have the label of no offline mode, whatever, whatsoever. So hopefully we're going to check it out to see what's on the disc, and then we'll turn the internet back on to see if we can play it offline. So let's go ahead and move this on over to the TV and get our test going. Alright, here we are in front of the TV, and we currently are connected to the internet. We know this because we're in the welcome screen, and here you see our news articles and trophies, right? Which you can only see when we're connected to the internet. PlayStation Store's up and running. We can click on the game, buy it, download it because we are connected. And of course, PS Plus is up and running. We're now going to go over to the settings, network. There we go. Settings, connect to the internet. Click on that to turn it off. So when we go back to the welcome screen, it lets us know that we're offline. PS Plus or PS Store offline, PS Plus offline. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick the disc in, that's what she said, and find out exactly what's on here. And bam. So let's go on ahead and move the camera on over to the PS5 right there. That way you guys can see me actually insert the disc in, so there's no confusion or any suspicion that I did not do the test. like my guy, I also want to find this out. So let's go ahead. Bam, game is off my hands. Now this is a pretty hefty game, dude. It's not over 100 gigs, but it's high up there. So we're about to find out exactly what's on the disc right now. We're gonna see how much the console is gonna try to install or copy off the disc. If I was to guess, I would guess 60, 70 gigs easy. Alright, so there it is. Q for copy. Bam. Look at that. 67.588 gigs. So pretty hefty install. Let's see what version of the game this is. Version 1.0. Now, I did buy this game around the time it came out, so it doesn't surprise me that is version 1.0. But yeah, either way, it's up there. It's installing. It'll take about an hour for me, but for you, it'll be at the snap of a finger. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, gamers, so Avatar is done installing. We're still disconnected from the internet. But let's take a look at the information tab real quick. 67.60 gigs, version 1.0. Let's start this bad boy up. This game goes on sale all the time. Even though game is probably not going to be on the disc, I recommend it still, man. It looks great. It plays great. It's a Ubisoft game. So I know you already know it's gonna have a lot of fluff, right? A lot of stuff that you may not necessarily like. But as far as the gameplay goes, yeah, absolutely. There we go. We could not establish a network connection. Please check your network settings and try again. Can't do nothing with this. So, Assassins or Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. Will it play with no internet? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Even though it looks like the majority of the game is on the disc. So let's go ahead, turn the game off, close the app down. Let's connect to the internet again. There we go. We're in the welcome screen. All the little news articles and trophies are popping back up. Slowly but surely. PS Store up and running. PS Plus up and running. So let's check the update. Now mind you, depending when you're watching this video, this update is probably going to be bigger because they're dropping a second DLC for the game and also that third person mode. So who knows how big that update's going to be. But let's check what the update is now. 43.788 gigs. So version 1.0 to version 1.015. Sheesh. Ubisoft just, they've given up. They have given up. I will no longer be buying any more physical games from them. The last one that I bought was Assassin's Creed Shadow, and I bought that game pre-owned. I didn't buy it day one, or I didn't give them day one money. So yeah, it's a wrap, man. They obviously don't care about, what was their quote? You'll never own your games and you'll like it, or something like that. That's probably a little extreme, but it was something around along those lines. But you know what? Let's go ahead and let's wait for this game to update, so then we can start the game up again and see if we can play it once all the updates are complete, if we can play it without any internet. And the reason I want to test that is you're playing, your Wi-Fi goes out, your internet service goes out, you can't get to it for a day or two, can you still play the game? So let's wait another 30 minutes for this huge ass update to get done, and then we'll test it out one more time and see if you can play it with no internet after all the updates are done. And the reason I want to test that is because we did the same thing with Painkiller, and you can play the game after all the updates were done. So maybe this will do the same thing. Battlefield 6, you could not. You have to have constant internet connection for that. Battlefield 6, that is. But alright, I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes, or at the snap of a finger for you. Alright, y'all, so the game is completely done installing. So there is no updates left. We'll check it one more time just to make sure, but yeah. So let's go ahead and now that everything's updated, let's turn the internet off to see if we can play it with no internet after everything is done. So we already figured out that we can't play it with no internet, or we can't install it and play without internet. It needs to touch the internet. So let's see what happens now that we have, if that DRM goes away or not. Most 99.999% of the games, once you already have them installed on your console, on your PS5, if you have an internet outage, you can still play the games as long as they're installed already. But if it's a digital game, going online and re-downloading it without any internet, you're not able to do that. 99.999% of physical games, you can. So it doesn't matter if you have internet or not, you can just put the disc in and play it. So let's see here. All right, it looks like
display. Set the peak brightness of the user interface. HDR peak brightness UI. 400. Dialogue language.
How do we turn this
English
off?
Select game language off. Master volume. Speaker configure. Night mode. Menu narration.
I don't know why they do that, bro.
Select whether or not to hear narration of
No, I don't want narration. Alright. So let's go. Okay. So look, we're getting ahead already. We couldn't do this before, and now we can. So let's start the game up. And yeah, there it is. So you can at least play the game once you have it installed. So if you have an internet outage at your house for whatever the reason, whatever the case may be, you can at least access and play the game till it comes back up. How long you can do that for, I have no idea. But once again, Ubisoft did a shitty job again. No surprise there. You cannot play this game with no internet. But once you have it installed, you can turn the internet off if you want, or a disconnection happens, you can go ahead and play it. Now, we are getting way more ahead than we did last time, so that's a good sign. But there y'all have it, man. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Keep it gaming.